It's Randy Trask and the Buds here on the Classic Metal Show. We're live here at the 78th Street Studios in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been quite an afternoon, Chris.
Yeah.
A lot of people filtering through here through the day, a lot of interviews, but the most important and the most anticipated interview of the day
That's right.
is happening now. We saved the best until the end, and that would be the return of our good friend, a longtime friend, longtime CMS supporter, the
former co-host.
Yeah, former co-host, the one and only Randy Trask. What's going on, Randy?
My brothers from other mothers.
Randy's
How
here.
you be?
Randy's here.
Good to see you, boys.
Wow, look at that.
Man.
He's just happy to be anywhere.
I really am. Just anywhere.
It just got to the point, Randy, I'm just glad to be had.
Did you see that big shit-eating grin on his face when you were playing Just a Game?
I
He's
know.
Like, yes!
Yeah, we have arrived.
We played a lot of great songs tonight. Sunless Sky, Wretch, Destructor. But, you put on some Randy Trask and the Buds, and all of a sudden the place comes alive.
I'm telling you.
Music's so good, make you want to smack your mama.
For letting you listen to it.
So, Randy, it's been a while since I saw you. I think the last time I saw you was at Chris's book release a couple years ago for Call Me Chris.
Yeah.
Great book.
Yeah,
Great book.
that's but almost 3 years, right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
So it'll be 3 years come May, this coming May. So where have you been, Randy? What have you been doing? Are you still actively involved in singing Just a Game?
Still actively involved in singing. And Just a Game slips in there every once in a great while because I force it in like I do. But we're still playing with the Buds. We're writing and recording. We've been working pretty steady on serious recording. We have our own studio that we are fortunate enough to work in, and I got good guys to work with. Was hoping to give you guys something here today, but it didn't work out.
No.
But we'll catch you on the down low on that.
Well, does I got to ask?
Yeah.
Does Stan the Man still have the master plan?
Oh yeah,
And has he revealed it to you, or is that squirreled away in a secret vault or hidden up in his hair somewhere?
Better question is, if he does have the master plan, why hasn't he shared it with you at this point?
there should be a diagram somewhere.
Or did he just hand it over to Yorn Land?
No, or to Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, well, Yorn Land had the master plan. Yeah.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's all I can say. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
And one more question regarding Stan. Have you paid off that phone bill yet?
I feel like there should be like a light waving back and forth over my head. Where were you on the night of? Phone bill, phone schmill.
No phone bill, please. Here's a real question. Why didn't you bring the throne to sit on?
That would be appropriate.
That would have been.
Being where we are at.
Schlepping that thing up those steps would have been
I
real
heard
bitch.
that it's been fitted with a new Briggs & Stratton motor. It's like a hover round now, and he just rides it down the grocery aisle.
Fancy up the lawn with that.
Could you imagine Randy riding into the grocery store on that and going down the grocery aisle just like picking his groceries?
I'll take some pears.
Load up the throne.
So really, seriously, Randy, I
Seriously.
know you said that you're recording and you have your own studio now, and where is this studio? And
So being the beautiful, luxurious Geneva wine valley.
Wine Valley.
Yeah,
okay.
there's like vineyards everywhere out there, dude.
Does that mean
If
that
you
one
like-
liquor store on the corner?
yeah, the greatest liquor store you've ever seen. Yeah, there's like the land of grapes, Geneva. We're not far off the highway, and it's
Is it the Buds recording studio? Is that the name of the place? Or
Rodeo Recordings.
no name.
I mean, is it like Electric Ladyland or anything like that? And it's
I
not like
don't
Abbey.
thi-
It's not like Abbey Road.
I don't think it would be
No,
appropriate to
no.
compare it to anybody, or
Can we
especially
name
Abbey
it?
Road.
I think it's got to be either
Oh, God.
Roller Coaster Recordings
Yeah, there you go. That's a
or
good one.
Rodeo Roller Coaster.
No, it's the Rodeo Room.
The Rodeo Room is the special
Rodeo Room.
Rodeo
Jesus Christ.
Room recordings.
I think you need to get a sign made, Randy.
And it says, and right at the door it says, "Strap in, folks. It's a bumpy ride."
I should be writing this down.
Enter at your own pace, mother truckers.
So is there a market for Randy Trask and the Buds' new music release?
You know,
right here,
right here on the CMS. This is people. You know, when I explain to them what the CMS is, I go, this is the Tonight Show of heavy metal rock and roll. It's right here. It's right here, and it's worldwide. This is where you should bring your music for the world of rock and roll, heavy metal, to hear it. Because if you guys can make Eddie Trunk stand up and pay attention, you guys have the power to do anything.
Well, I have to think, Randy, that you get, and it's, and I am not tooting our own horn by any means. We could certainly get a lot bigger, but I've got to think that you get so much more exposure by us, even when we're goofing on, Roller Coaster or whatever, than any other 10 bands that are not getting 40,000 plays a week.
There was a time in my life where women would come up and smack me in the grocery store and say, "Stay away from my daughter." But because of you guys, it happens so much more often.
Randy likes his own jokes.
Yeah.
Him and Tim James should start a comedy troupe.
Yeah, Tim could play the organ, and Randy could be up there just singing and telling jokes in between the songs, and then Tim could go,
wah, wah.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
The comedy team of Rockin' Randy and Tim James.
Oh, Tim James is my hero.
Is he?
Oh, absolutely.
Is he?
Yeah, I got mad respect for that fella. He has stayed so loyal to the CMS.
Well, he has.
Nobody's business.
We'll say that's true. And we give him
He is not leaving your side. We
liked him.
Oh, we loved Tim.
We liked him a lot.
Yeah, Tim's funny. And he's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you.
Well, you haven't left us. We've goofed on you a million times, too.
Well, I mean, when some people, they watch the Comedy Central roast and they go, wonder what that would be like. Well,
you're like, do I dare turn it on this week?
Well, Randy,
yes,
and I'm going to go from a perspective from someone who was very, very early in on just the game of the CMS. I mean, I met you in my first, going into my second year of actually doing this show, and I met you at a Jackal show at the Odeon. And, when you and I were just kind of, "Hey, man, how's it going? Good to meet you." It's like, "What do you do?" "Oh, I got a band down here called Wicked Heart." "What do you do?" "Well, I host the classic metal show." "Oh, dude, man, that's so cool. Can I come down?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I guess we could have you come down." Now, the show in its infancy at that point has morphed to what it is today, which is more or less a talk show. And, the banter between Chris and I obviously is unparalleled in my opinion.
Oh, it's one of a kind, to say the least.
And the thing is knowing what you know from the very beginning of the show to what you have watched it morph into today, give me your thoughts on it, and if you enjoy it better today or you would rather it just be a music format only.
Oh, no, it's hands down amazing what it's turned into from my standpoint, my humble standpoint. This show what was once out of the back of Little Streetsboro High School.
It was
Streetsboro, Tucky High School.
Yeah.
No, which in itself was amazing to me where I came from, because we didn't have a fucking radio station coming out of our high school.
Right.
How many people have that going on? So kudos to Streetsboro High School for doing that and letting it be, letting it exist. And then for me to just so happen to be buds with the world's biggest Docking groupie and the world's biggest Pantera groupie. And I said, wait a minute, I got a fucked up idea. And you guys, it was like meant to be. You couldn't, and it happened on its own, really. But it was inevitable. I always tell you guys that was inevitable for your two words to bump into each other, but to turn into
no,
what it
no,
is.
No. We always give you credit on that.
Yeah, because I met you. You introduced me to Chris at a Black Crowes concert at the Rhodes Arena.
Right before you went running to the stage like a lunatic.
That was a great concert. Great concert. And you know what? Kudos to Chris Robinson. He gave me a little frontman 101 demonstration of what you do when someone thinks just because they paid for that fucking expensive ticket in the front row, they could just kick their feet up on your stage. He's like, hold up. Kicks dude's feet off the stage. He goes, you're not at home watching fucking Sports Center, buddy. All these people here paid to see a show, and I'm going to give them every inch of the stage.
I remember that time when he looked up at you or looked down at you, and you looked up at him, and you're like,
right on, dude.
And he went right back at you.
Do you remember when? Good times. Well, no, you guys have evolved into a monster, a good monster. It's kind of like Godzilla in those Godzilla movies. He's going to fuck some stuff up, but he's actually the good guy when it's all said and done. I mean, Chris and Neely tear in there. It's going to be it's going to be funny as hell. Someone's going to get offended, but it's still going to be funny as hell. And in the end, nobody really gets hurt, and they get to hear some kick-ass music somewhere in between too.
Very little, but some.
Well, what do you want to tell us, Randy? You're the man on the spotlight, so
I am.
What would you like to talk about?
Oh, promoters and how easy they are to work with.
Well, let me ask you something, Randy. You had a good thing going there for a while with your Guns N' Roses tribute band. And you had the opportunity to travel all around the country, doing that. And you guys were in demand, and they paid you handsomely to be a tribute act. And you seemed to enjoy it. In fact, you even had Chuck Klosterman ride along with you at one point.
That was a hit.
And actually write about you in his book. And, what happened to that? Did that just run its course? Did it fall apart? Did you guys not get along? What happened?
Well, you mentioned the New York Times article. I gave my personal copy to none other than Brother Chris Aiken.
But it's also in a book, though. That whole thing is in the book.
Yes,
it's
Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs.
That's the one.
Yeah, a moment of glory. Yeah, Paradise City, a band I started out of spite because 7 years of Wicked Heart. I finally got him to play rodeo, and I talking to you guys all the time. I said, I got an idea. I don't want to be an Elvis tribute, but we want to play shows. The whole idea of a local band trying to get out there. If I could say anything to people listening at home, one, yes, I do my interviews completely naked, and the people that interview me got to be completely naked too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Kidding. But bands out there trying to make it, just keep going at it. And when you get opportunities, go after them. Sometimes I would run into situations, talking about the beginning of Paradise City, where guys were like, they would see the opportunity, but they didn't want to go for it. And it would baffle me. I'm like, what do you got to lose? If you don't do the things you want to do during this lifetime, then I don't know what fucking lifetime you're waiting for.
Right.
So one day I was at Wicked Heart practice, and Roger and I got into it. And I said, so you're basically saying it's your way or the fucking highway? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like,
Bye-bye.
And boom, Paradise City. And so when you start an angry Guns N' Roses tribute band out of spite and you're kind of pissed off and you kind of take that attitude towards it,
right.
Angry, pissed off results happen, and boom, you're in the New York Times.
Yeah.
And, we had some fun. Had a good time. It was a great experience.
And it was good. I mean, you really committed to the role, and you sold that band. Honestly, I mean, the other guys were fine. I mean, but the part that's hard to find in a Guns N' Roses tribute is the Axl. You can find somebody to play.
I had a hard time finding me, Chris, but then then one day I was brushing my teeth and wham, there I was.
Yeah, but you always knew you could sing that way. I mean, I used to get on you all the time to just use that voice. Remember, I used to say that to you. I was like, just sing that way and let people think it's Guns N' Roses and let them be confused, but at least remember. They'd remember your band.
Right. Everybody has their influences, and I mean, God, look at David Allan Coe. He can impersonate other country singers like
right.
to the T. what was it? I heard Pearl Jam used to be a Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute, and stuff like that. However your vehicle gets you there, wherever it is you want to go, you just do it. And Paradise City ran its course, like Neely said. It was fun. Those guys call me all the time wanting to do it.
Right.
And
And you're like, get on board with the buds, baby.
On board with it. Yeah. So it's Randy Trask and the Buds to the day I die, and whoever is available to play, I just want to play.
And who are the Buds, Randy?
Who are the Buds?
Yeah, who are they?
Currently, the Buds are Jarrett Cecil, bass guitar since 2003. Jack Stiebel, drums for like the past 4 or 5 years, and Greg Metzger, lead guitar, past 4 or 5 years.
Very cool.
And good guys. I always say the same for you guys. I always say, the old sayings reign true. They say nice guys finish last. So don't be a fucking nice guy, people. Be a good guy that knows how to be nice.
Right, there you go. Perfect.
And that's one to grow on, kids.
And on that note,
well, Randy, we appreciate you coming down. I mean, it was late in the day, I know, and like I said, we saved the best for last, and I know Chris had planned on maybe doing a little sing-along with you, but, unfortunately that didn't happen, so we're going to do the next best thing.
We'll do a rain check on it and maybe down the road.
Yeah.
But and I got a badass T-shirt. Thank you, Neely.
Well, why don't you show that thing?
Well,
so the fans will be wanting to buy one.
Video? Oh, am I on camera?
Yeah, you're on camera.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That is the new CMS shirt.
Yeah, buddy.
Turn it around.
It's not just a T-shirt. This is like...
well, they call that the Neely style.
Neely style. I was thinking like Charlie Sheen. 2.5 Men.
So Randy is a proud owner of the new Classic Metal Show shirt.
Yes, proud of it.
Yep.
That sucker right there. Can they see it?
Did Randy buy shirt number 1?
He didn't. Well, he bought it. Yeah.
First paying customer.
Yeah, first paying customer.
This will go on my Neely doll that I have at home. the life-size Neely doll.
Nice. Well, anyway, Randy, since you and Chris won't be doing a duet tonight, we'll do the next best thing, and we will play Roller Coaster.
God bless you.
To take us out of the interview. So, Randy, it's good to see you, and I think that's going to wrap up the broadcast.
That's it, my friend.
Speaking of little victories.
No shit.
Well, we want to thank Joe Cleon and Anastasia for allowing us to come down here and filthy up their little hallowed hall.
That's right.
And as well as all of the guests that we had here today.
I mean, look at it. Thanks go out to Sleep Lord and Black Death, Breaker, Olethea, Shock Paris, Fuck You, Pay Me, Ed Stevens from Every Band Known to Man, Jeff Hatrix from Mushroomhead, Dave Overkill from Destructor, Rockin, Randy Trask, and of course Juan Ricardo.
Right. So a lot of people filtered in and out today, so it was fun doing this. So we're going to wrap it up. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back in the studio next Saturday doing the show live.
That's right.
And we're going to end it with a CMS favorite.
That's right.
The Randy Trask and the Buds.
That's right.
With the Roller Coaster.
Good night, world.
So until next Saturday night, this is Neely along with my very good friend
Satan.
And we're out of here.
Bye, kiddies.